Hello everyone, I hope you are doing good. In the last video I gave you a project and I did it. I hope you understood the project and not facing any difficulty. If you are facing difficulties, please comment and we'll try to solve it together. Yes, today we'll learn about overloading. There are two types of overloading. This is function overloading and operator overloading. Okay, first of all, what is overloading? Means everything has a definition like this. Plus means to add something, but how can we change the definition? By using overloading, we can change the definition. By suppose a function has a name of print. Suppose this is an example, and one more function has a type of name print. So now which print will get printed? So we can do this overloading in C++. So I'll show some examples so you can understand one by one. So first of all, we'll do operator overloading, then we'll go to function overloading. Okay, let's start. I'll just print a dummy code here. Okay, this is just a dummy code, just we included, and we made a new class overloading just for you to understand. And we created three objects of overloading. So there is nothing new. I think you understood what this code is. Okay, now we'll write one thing. We'll just create one private file in the public. We'll create a constructor for this class. So just overloading overloading and we'll pass a value here int I, and whatever the value is I will print it to m is equals to I. So that this is how we're assigning the value of m. So inside the object we'll pass values like we'll pass the value of 1, and here we'll pass the value of 2. Okay, and this is our object 3. Suppose it don't have any value inside it, and we'll create a default constructor so that we don't get any error here. Okay, we created default constructor, means this way also means if you don't pass any value, then also this code will get executed. Just let's run it so you understand. Okay, there is no error, but if you don't write this and try to run this, you can see we'll get an error because obj3 does not have a value inside it, and in the constructor we require a value to be passed as an argument here. So we use this one more constructor, the default constructor, so that we can even run it when you don't pass a value. So that's why I use this. I'll just clear out this so that it becomes clear. Okay, now what we wanted to do, we wanted that obj1 plus obj2, we wanted to add these two. What can we add? Just let's write here cout. We wanted to add this m, the value of m should be added, but when you try to run this, you can see one thing. You can see m does not name a type, means we cannot name this. Okay, means we cannot add this two, but by using overloading we can give a definition to this plus so that we can add both of this number. So we'll try to do one thing. We'll just whatever is inside this we'll put inside obj3. obj3 is equals to obj1 plus obj2. Okay, now to put this operator we'll name one. We'll name here, we'll do overriding by just writing the class name, means we want to overload this class. So we'll write we want to overload this plus sign, but the return type should be of overloading because we wanted the value of m and it's inside the class. So we'll just write name of the class like overloading, and we'll write operator. So we write the operator word because we want to overload the operator. So what operator we want to overload? We want to overload the plus sign. So just write the plus sign and just pass a argument whatever we wanted. We wanted to add one object, so we'll just write the name of the class overloading. Overloading is the name of the class, and we'll take the n% because we wanted to access this and just print a number like x. Okay, now just come down here. Now this is very important. Now you should understand very clearly. So coming down here, what is this? Okay, there is no error. First of all, we wanted to add obj1 and 2. When we call this the first number, that is obj1, is directly passed here. We can access. Okay, before accessing, let's make one temporary this it's a return type of overloading. There is a class. We'll make a temporary class object of overloading. We'll just write overloading, and we'll create one temporary class called temp. Okay, and we'll write temp.m. we can access m because this is an object and object can access inside the class, it can object. So we'll write this is called this operator. What does this mean? This will do work for this obj1, there is first passed, whatever is passed first this can take it. If you don't write this and also it is okay, you can just write m here, m, and will plus, and for the second, this second will get entered in this place. We wrote the argument, this argument is for the second, so we can just write x dot m. So I hope you got this. Okay, let me say one more time. We are creating one more object here because we wanted to pass an object, because obj3 is an object and it will accept one object in only. That's why we are creating one temporary object, and inside the object we are changing the value of m because we are using plus operator. We want to plus the value of m for the both and print out. So we'll just write return the value of temp. So temp will get returned here. And how this m, for the first object, means this object obj1, whatever is written first, this is passed directly in this operator, and for the second we need to use this, and we need to create one more instance for it, so that we can just, if you don't want to write m because it looks like something, we can just use this operator. This also means the same, it is taking the m that's in the first place and the obj2 is getting here. So if you just now, if you just print out obj3 and try to run it. Okay, wait a sec. Links change the operator matches the operator. Now if you just to try to print out what is inside the obj3, we'll just create one function here called display function, that is void display. And if you want to just print out the value of m, we'll write cout m. Okay, and if you just write here obj3 dot display and try to run this, just let's run this. Okay, you can see the value is 3. How we got 3? Because we added 1 and 2. This cannot be accessed by directly writing here. We cannot write here cout and obj3 because this will give an error. You can see here if you run this, so there will be a lot of error, but we can do this if you overload this. In the next I will show you how to overload this, so that we can even access by writing cout and we can access this. Okay, let me just clear out this. Now I hope you understood how to overload this plus minus. You can do anything here, plus minus whatever you want, and the first value is the direct value is the one that is first passed, and the second value is the one that will be passed by using this ampersand by the argument inside this operator. So I hope you understood. For this plus minus is same, multiplication is same, you can do this. Now we'll do for this after the cout, this less than, there are two less than sign, so we'll try to overload this. So to overload this operator we need to create one overloading functionality. So we'll just write this as a this operator has a return type of output stream, because this is for giving some output result. In the previous we used of the class because we wanted it to return a class, object of a class. So now we'll use one more, that's o stream. O streams come from that IO stream that we include in the for, this is for the input output stream. So now we need the output stream, so we'll write OS stream and put the ampersand. Now write the operator and what is the operator that we want to overload? We want to overload this operator, and inside this pass the arguments. First of all we need O stream and just give it a name, means here we wrote cout, so we want that it should also have a name. So we'll write here OS. This OS will behave as cout in this functionality or in this overloading. And we need one more, so what should be in the right hand side? So it's an object, so we'll create an instance of class. So we'll write overloading ampersand and we'll give it a name object. So that's how we overload it. Now what should be printed? We should print the value of m like we did in this display function. So we'll just write OS. Here OS will behave like cout behaves in the user defined. It's not user defined, it's fundamental types, and this is computer defined. So in the OS you just need to write obj.m. This will print out the value of m, and we need to return this. We need to return this OS. Okay, now we declared this outside of the class. You can see class ended here. We declared. We should declare this out of the class because this is user defined. We are defining this by ourselves. This is user defined, and we are changing the value of everything. So we need to add this inside the class. We can do this by just using a friend function. Just copy this and write friend. I already said you what friend function is, how a friend function operates. So this this friend says that this is a part of the class. Now you can see when we come down, you can see there is an error here. The error is gone, and when you just print out this, just run this, and you can see the value of 3 was printed. But if you don't use this, okay, let's just comment out this and comment out all this and just try to run this. You can see there are a lot of errors because the, we don't know how to print out an object, and by using this we can't print out object. That's why we did overloading, and by the overloading we can print out whatever it is. So overloading is very useful because there are many things we can't do. So I told you about this plus minus and of this operator. There are many more you can just see in the internet. So I just gave you the main types that are generally used, so you can use them whenever you need it. The most are used is expressions like plus, minus, increment, decrement, and this is also used. And there are some more you can see up on the internet. In the next we'll discuss about templates. So thank you for watching. See you in the next.